Hi guys, okay, so continue natin yung discussion natin regarding rotation. So for this video naman, no, we will be dealing with rotation with variable angular acceleration. Okay, so let's start. Situation 22. So sabi dito ay body rotates according to the relation alpha is equal to 3t squared plus 4, displacement being measured in radians and time in seconds. If its initial velocity, so it is referring to the initial angular velocity, no, is 4 radians per second and the initial angular displacement is 0. So compute the angular velocity for the instant when t is 3 seconds and then compute the angular displacement for the instant when t is equal to 3 seconds. So lagyan natin guys. So the given is v naught. No, lagyan natin at t is equal to 0. Ayan, hindi pala siya v naught, no? Kasi nga, sabi ko nga, it is referring to the initial angular velocity. So, lagyan natin 4 radians per second. And then, initial theta, no, so that is 0. Angular displacement. So, define daw the relationship, no, between angular acceleration, no, to time t as alpha is equal to 3t squared plus 4. So, for number 65, tinatanong is angular velocity when t is equal to 3 seconds. So, now, what we can do is to recall that alpha is d omega over dt. Okay, so rewrite lang natin yung equation. So, d omega over dt is equal to 3t squared plus 4 and then cross multiply. Okay, so and then dt. And then let us integrate, no? So integrate. So lalabas, omega is 3t cubed over 3 and then plus 4t plus c. So cancel na natin to. So meron pang c, no? So to eliminate yung constant na yan, so we can use yung initial condition. Ito. So lagay natin dito na lang at t is equal to 0, omega is equal to 4. So rewriting this one, omega is equal to t cubed plus 4t plus c. So magiging 4 is equal to 0 cubed plus 4 times 0 plus c. So therefore, c is equal to 4. So therefore, the equation no, relating yung omega to time t is ito na magiging t cubed plus 4t plus 4. Okay? So we can now solve yung omega at t is equal to 3 seconds. So, rewrite, magiging 3 cubed plus 4 times 3 plus 4. So, ilan na ngayon yung angular velocity after 3 seconds, guys? That is 43. 43 radians per second. So, are we correct, guys? So, yes, no? 43. Check. And the next is compute the angular displacement, no, when time is equal to 3 seconds. So, dito tayo magsimula. Ito na. Sa equation na to. So, rewrite ko lang to, guys. So, number 66. Dito na lang, sa baba. Okay, so tinatanong yung theta when t is equal to 3 seconds. So, dito tayo magsimula ngayon sa angular velocity. So, recall that angular velocity is equal to d theta over dt. So, we have to rewrite this one. Magiging d theta over dt. And then, t cubed plus 4t plus 4. So, cross multiply. So, magiging t cube plus 4t plus 4 and then dt. So, integrate. So, therefore, theta will become t raised to 4 over 4, okay, plus 4t squared over 2, and then plus 4t, and then plus c. So, gawin natin tong 2 na lang. So, as you can see, meron pang c, no? So, we have to eliminate yung c. So, saan natin may eliminate yan, guys? Using, again, yung initial condition that at time is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0. So, lagay natin dito. At t is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0. So, gamitin natin yung equation. Theta is equal to t raised to 4 over 4 plus magiging 2t squared, then plus 4t, and then plus c. So, substitute. So, 0 is equal to. So, as you can see, magiging 0 na lang din to, no? 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus c. Therefore, c now equals 0. Okay? So, therefore, ito na ngayon yung equation relating yung angular displacement and then yung time t. Ayan na siya. No? So, ang tinatanong, at t is 3 seconds, so substitute, theta now is equal to 3 raised to 4 over 4 plus 2 times 3 squared, then 4 times 3. So, ngayon, ilan na ngayon yung angular displacement after 3 seconds? Okay, so sagot is 50.25. Okay, and then the unit will be in radians. Okay, so check natin if you're correct. So, correct guys. Letter B. Check. So, next item tayo. So, yan. Situation 23. So, sabi dito, the rotation of a pulley is defined, okay, by the relation theta is equal to 2t raised to 4 minus 30t squared plus 6, where theta is measured in radians and t is in seconds. So, compute the value of the angular velocity when t is equal to 4. And then compute the value of the angular acceleration at the instant when t is equal to 4 seconds. So, dito pabaliktad naman, nagsimula naman siya sa relationship ng displacement, angular displacement, no, to time t. So, lagyan natin yun. Theta is equal to 2t raised to 4 minus 30t squared and then plus 6. So, taking its first derivative, no, d theta over dt, so makukuha natin yung omega. So, that is 8t cubed minus 60t, and then wala na. And then further deriving, no, so taking its second derivative, no, with respect to time t, so ayan yun, dt squared. So, magiging yan yung angular acceleration. So, that is 24 t squared and then minus 60. No, para mabilis lang. So, therefore, for number 67, ang tinatanong, at t is equal to 4 seconds. Ang tinatanong yung omega. So, using the equation for the omega, in terms of time t, that is 8t cubed minus 60t, and then substitute 4 sa t. Okay, so ilan na yung lumalabas na angular velocity at that time? So that is simply 272 radians per second. So that is letter D. And then number 68. So tinatanong, at t is equal to 4 seconds, what now is the value of the angular acceleration. So using the equation relating the angular acceleration and then yung time t, which is 24t squared minus 60, and then substitute 4 sa t. Okay, so ilan yung lumalabas na angular acceleration when time is equal to 4 seconds? So sagot is 324 radians per second squared. So that is letter C. So as you can see, class, madali lang siya, no? Kasi nga, na-practice na natin yung ganitong mga problems kung nasa rectilinear motion pa tayo, no? So napalitan lang yung mga symbols but the procedure is still the same. So andito na tayo ngayon sa last situation natin, no, for this topic. So copy ko lang, guys. Okay. Ayan, situation 24. So sabi dito, guys, the angular acceleration of a pulley which will rotate from rest is increased uniformly from 0 to 12 radians per second squared for 4 seconds and then uniformly decreased to 4 radians per second squared during the next 3 seconds. Okay? So question is, determine the angular velocity at the end of 4 seconds. Determine the angular displacement at the end of 4 seconds. And then determine the angular displacement at the end of 7 seconds. So as you can see, class, hindi given, no, yung equation relating yung displacement sa yung time, neither yung velocity sa yung time, and then neither yung acceleration sa yung time. Walang binigay na equation. Pero ang meron tayo is yung kwento, no? No, kung paano nag-change yung acceleration. So I think yung main focus ng problem is about angular acceleration. So this one, no, will fall under yung parang tinatawag natin as motion curve, no? So instead of, no, providing, no, the relationship, no, nung mga parameters natin with respect to time t as an equation, so pinakita dito na pwede natin siyang bigyan ng relationship using yung diagram, no? And then nag-i-start siya sa acceleration. So we can actually graph, no, yung acceleration time diagram. But in this case, tinatawag siya as angular acceleration time diagram. Okay? So kung nare-recall niyo yung motion curve, kayang-kaya to, guys. Okay? So interpret natin. Let us draw first the diagram, no? So let's say for example, ito na lang. So, ang meron tayong condition is after 4 seconds. So, let's say for example, ito yun, 4, ito yung 0. And then after the next 3 seconds, so that is 7. So, lagyan natin to t. And then ito yung angular acceleration. So, tawagin natin itong angular acceleration time diagram. So, anong sinabi? The angular acceleration of the pulley which will rotate from rest. So, take note that the initial angular velocity is 0. So, nag-increase daw siya uniformly from 0 to 12 for 4 seconds. So, mean to say, at starting point, 0. At 4 seconds, naging 12. So, for example, ito yun. Okay? And then sabi, increased uniformly. So, mean to say, ito yun, no? Connected by a line. So, ayusin natin, guys. Ayan. And then, after the next 3 seconds, no, yung angular acceleration is uniformly decreased to 4 radians per second squared. No? 4 radians per second squared during the next 3 seconds. So, meaning to say, at the 7th second, no, ano na lang yung angular acceleration niya? Eh di 4 radians per second squared na lang. So, let's example, ito yan. 4. No? Pag pinroject natin siya dito, 4 yan. And then sabi, uniformly decreased, no? So meaning to say connected by a line again. So ito yung lumalabas ngayon na angular acceleration time diagram. So using that, no, we can now solve, no, yung mga tinatanong pang velocity saka displacement, no, by further drawing, no, yung mga succeeding diagrams. Okay, so punta tayo ngayon dito sa next. So, ito naman yung angular velocity time diagram. Okay, so sinabi, initial condition, at time is equal to 0, the pulley is at rest. So, sure tayo nasa 0 yan. Okay, so paano pupunta sa mga succeeding points? Recall yung motion curve. So that is referring to the area of the diagram above, no? So from 0, pa-plus natin tong area above, mapupunta tayo sa 4. Okay, so what is the area of this one? Triangle, 1/2, base is 4, height is 12. So I think that is 24. So 0 plus 24, nasa 4 seconds na tayo. So, for example, ito yan. 0 plus 24. So, ayan, 24. So, how will we connect that? So, yung diagram above is first degree. So, meaning to say, second degree siya, no? So, anong type ng second degree? Increasing or decreasing slope. So, check yung diagram above. So, nag-start sa 0, napuntang 12. So, increasing, no? 0 to 12, increasing. So, gagamitin natin yung increasing na curve, no? From negative slope papuntang positive slope. So, concave upward. So, ayan. Okay? So, I think nasagot na natin yung first question. Determine the angular velocity at the end of 4 seconds. So, yun yung sagot, no? 24 rad per second. Okay, so continue natin yung pag-drawing ng diagram. So, para mapunta tayo sa 7 seconds, anong gagawin? I-add naman natin tong area na to, which is trapezoid. So, for the area, so that is what? 1/2, base 1 is 12, the other one is 4, and then yung length niya is 3. Okay, so ilan yan, guys? That is 24. Okay? So, positive area, meaning to say, from 24, aangat pa tayo ng 24. So, magiging 24 plus 24, magiging 48. So, after 7 seconds, nandun na siya sa 48. Ayan. 48 rad per second. So, paano natin i-connect yan, guys? So, ito is first degree pa rin. Lagyan natin to first degree. Second degree na to, no? To second degree. So, first degree, so meaning to say, kailangan i-connect yung 2 points using second degree na curve. No, anong second degree? So, from 12, naging, anong height na lang dito? 4 na lang. So, from 12, naging 4. That is decreasing. Okay? So, meaning to say, ang gagamitin natin is yung decreasing na slope, no? So, from positive, magiging negative. So, that is concave downward. Okay? So, concave downward. So, pag ganito siya. Ayan. So, yun na ngayon yung curve, no, representing the angular velocity time diagram. So, finally, we can now solve, no, yung last 2 items na tinatanong is angular displacement. So, we just have to draw yung third diagram. Ayan. So, tawagin natin to guys as, angat ko lang. Tawagin natin to guys as theta or angular displacement time diagram. So, let's start drawing, no? So, lagyan natin ito important points, 4 saka 7. So, sinabi, initially, nasan daw siya? Walang sinabi, no? So, let us assume na nag-start siya at 0. Okay? So, kung nasa 0 siya, paano tayo pupunta sa 4 seconds? So, we just have to add yung area above. Ito. So, this one is second degree. So, pwede ba natin gamitin, guys, yung area ng spandrel na 1/3 base times the height for second degree? So, let us verify. So, check natin kung vertex ito. Vertex ba to, guys? So, recall na nagiging vertex ito kapag yung katapat niya sa taas is vertex din, di ba? So, lagi kong i-highlight yan, guys, kasi nga gagamitin din natin yan sa sa strength of materials. Magiging vertex ito kapag yung katapat niya sa taas is vertex din. So, since yung katapat niya is vertex ng triangle, therefore, tama ito na siya ay vertex. At dahil vertex siya, therefore, we can use now yung area ng spandrel. So, that is 1/3 base times the height, no? For second degree. So, lagay natin 1/3 base is 4. Anong height? 24. So, that is 32. So, meaning to say, from 0, add natin tong 32. Yun na yung height niya after 4 seconds. So, let's for example, ito yan. So, 0 plus 32. So, therefore, 32. So, since second degree, therefore, yung succeeding diagram will be third degree na. So, anong type ng third degree? So, check mo yung diagram above. So, from 0, naging 24. So, increasing. So, concave upward. Okay? So, third degree na concave upward. Let's say, for example, ganyan. So, third degree. So, therefore, no, nasagot na pala natin yung 70. Determine the angular displacement at the end of 4 seconds. So, ang sagot doon, itong 32. Letter B. 32 radians. Okay? So, next is ito naman, no? So, from 32, add naman natin itong area neto. So, let's say for example, ito. Ayan. Add natin yung area niyan. So, paano natin kukunin yung area? So, baka may idea ka, gusto mong gawin, pag ganito. Hatiin into 2 segments. Isang rectangle at isang yung parabola. Okay? No? Kung second degree yan, lagyan nga natin second degree. So, kung sa taas, no, try nga natin i-represent sa taas. No? Kung ito yung spandrel sa taas, na dahil second degree, wait lang Ayan. So, kung yan yung spandrel sa taas na dahil second degree, ang ina-assume mo na ay 1/3 base times the height yan. Therefore, itong counterpart niya magiging 2/3 base times the height. Okay? But that is only true if this point is a vertex. No? Katulad nito, napatunayan natin tong vertex. Pwede siyang 1/3. No? For this spandrel, tama rin siyang 1/3 base times the height if this point is the vertex of the parabola. But as you can see, kung titingnan natin yung katapat niya sa taas, ito. Ano yung katapat niya? Vertex ba yan, guys? Hindi, di ba? Meron nga siyang height to. Ayan, 4. So, dahil hindi yan vertex, hindi rin applicable yung formula ng spandrel. Okay lang? But, let's say for example, ganun kasi yung idea na meron ka. No? Let's say for example, hindi mo alam yung sinasabi ko at tinuloy mo lang no, yung paggamit ng ganung formula. Let's say lang for example, try lang natin. So, kulayan ko na lang yun ng kulay blue siguro. So, gagawin mo to. 2/3, base niyan is 3. Tama ba? Kasi yung length na to is 3. Tapos, anong height niya? 24. Diba yung height na to? 24 yan. So, ilan lalabas yung area nung shaded region for the parabola? So, parang 2 times 24, 48. Tapos, for the rectangle, ito madali lang ito eh. Base times the height. 3. Height is 24. Diba? 24 din to guys. So, I think this one is 72. So, kung ipipilit mo yan guys, so mangyayari, yung point na nandito after 7 seconds, okay, is magiging from 32, which is ito, pa-plus natin yung area. Plus 48 plus 72. So, ilan yan guys? So, sagot dyan is 152. Okay? So, tuloy lang natin. So, di ba, itong point na to, 24. Tapos, ito, 48. So, meaning to say, increasing. So, ang gagamitin nating curve, yung concave upward. So, pag ganito. Na third degree. So, kunwari lang, tinuloy-tuloy mo lang kasi yun yung alam mo. So, lalabas, yung displacement niya after 7 seconds is 152. And then, nasa choices yon. Okay? So, bibilugan mo yon. Pero ang problema, mali kasi yan, guys. No? Hindi yun tamang pagkuha nung area kasi. Kaso nasa choices, no? Magaling yung examiner, alam niyang gagawin mo yon. So, nahuli ka niyan, no? May mali ka na agad. Okay? So, ano yung correct way kung mali yun, guys? Okay? So, let's see kung pwede nating ayusin ito. Wait lang, linisin ko lang yung diagram ko, guys. Okay, so ang tinira ko lang no, sa diagram ko is yung mga tamang measurements. Ito tama na to, rectangle lang naman yan. Ito tama to 24. Ito tama to 24. Ito tama to third degree. Hindi lang natin alam kung ano yung endpoint na to. So ano yung correct way kung gusto mong gamitin yung ganitong method, yung by area? But recall, di ba may tinuro tayo last time, no, na tinatawag natin as moment area method. Kung nare-recall mo yun guys, moment area method. Pero bago natin gamitin yon, since may time pa naman tayo para, and then at the same time para ma-practice natin kung gusto mong i-push yung ganitong method. So ito yung sinasabi ko guys, no? So ang gagawin natin is we will provide no yung imaginary continuation nitong trapezoid na to, no, para makuha natin yung location ng vertex. So ito yung vertex. Okay? So i-define natin yung additional length na to as x distance. So meaning to say, for this second degree na curve, no, parabola, so magko-continue rin siya up to this, no? Paangat pa pala siya ng paangat. So ayusin ko lang guys ha. So meaning to say, I'm trying to say is that yung curve niyan is aangat pa siya papunta dito until ma-meet niya yung vertex. At kumbaga, ito na rin yung magiging vertex ng parabola, no? After niyan, pababa na ulit siya. Okay lang. Pero hindi natin kailangan yung pababa. Okay? So, try lang natin i-highlight ng ibang kulay. Ayan. Wait lang, ayusin ko lang guys ha. So, at this point sila mag-meet, no? Ayan. Okay. So, teka lang guys. Parang pangit nito eh. Ayusin natin yung pagka-curve niya. Ayan. So, pwede na siguro yan guys. Okay, so ito yung step by step na gagawin natin no, kung gusto mo ituloy yung ganyang procedure. So, kukunin natin tong value ng x na to, yung additional distance x na yan. Okay, so paano natin gagawin yun guys? By ratio and proportion. So, for x, the height is 4. So, for this total length na 3 plus x, the height of the triangle is 12. No, so, mag-ratio and proportion tayo. So, dito ko lagay sa baba. For x, height is 4. So, for 3 plus x, the height is 12. So, ilan yung x, guys? Ay, hindi to 3 plus 4, no? Ano to? 3 plus x. Ulitin ko, for x, the height is 4. So, for the length of 3 plus x, so the height is 12. So, ilan yung x, guys? Okay, so that is 1.5. So, may additional length na 1.5, no? And then, as you can see, class, no, kung bibigyan kong kulay ito, guys, take note, ito lang yung gusto natin, no? I-highlight ko nga ng ng dilaw. Ito lang yung gusto natin, eh. Ayan. No, yan lang yung gusto natin. And then, sabi nga natin, hindi kasi nga applicable yung 2/3 base times the height if hindi vertex yung dulo. Ito. No? So, what we can do is, maybe we can solve, no? Muna ito. Kapag ba kinuha ko to, guys, itong sinishade kong kulay red, nakita nyo ba yan? Ayan. No? Yung buong part neto ng parabola, for that scenario ba, applicable ba yung 2/3 base times the height? No, for that area, for this shaded region, pwede yun, guys. Kasi nga, yung endpoint natin is a vertex. Okay? So, for the shaded region, tama yan. Yan ay 2/3 base times the height. So, ang problema, ano yung base niya? Siyempre, itong length na to. So, ilan ba yung length na yan? Di ba 3 plus x yan? So, that is 3 plus 1.5. This one is 4.5. So, 2/3 base. And then, ano yung height, guys? Ano tong height na to? Ito to. Ayan, ilan yung height na yan? Hindi yan 24, guys, ha? Kasi yung 24, hanggang dito lang. Sa height ng kulay dilaw. Kaya kailangan natin yung height na itong red. Ito. Okay, so paano natin kukunin yung height? No? Yan yung magpapatagal dyan, guys, eh. So, project ko to horizontally. Ito yung tinatanong nating height. Ayan. So, paano kukunin yan, guys? So, gagamit pa tayo ngayon ng square property of parabola ngayon. So, I will just redraw this one para mas clear. No? Putting my origin, no, sa Cartesian plane dun sa vertex. So, dito ko lalagay yung origin ko, guys, ha? So, i-redraw ko lang siya. So, for example, ito yung origin. As andi dito yung curve. Ayan. No? Tapos, we have 2 points. Ito. Saka ito. No? So, ano itong 2 points na yan? Ito yan, no? Ito yung isang point. Kita nyo ba yung hina-highlight ko, guys? Ito, saka ito. So, measured from the x-axis. So, continue ko lang to. And then, vertically, ayan. Diba ito 1.5, kasi ito yung 3. Tama ba? Kasi ito yung x, diba? Ito yung 3 na meron tayo. So, ang meron tayo, guys, is yung vertical distance between those 2 points. Ito yung meron tayo. Ito yung 24. Diba? Ayun, no, yung kulay blue na to. Diba? That's the vertical distance between those 2 points. Pero ang wala tayo, itong height na to, yung maliit na to. So, let's say, for example, tawagin natin yan as y. And then, itong height na to, total height na to, tawagin natin tong y plus 24. Diba? Kung y itong nasa taas, may 24 dito, edi y plus 24 siya. Okay? So, recall yung square property of parabola. So, that is what? Diba ano yun? X squared sub 1 over y1 is equal to x squared sub 2 over y2. So, let's say for example, ito yung ating point 1, ito yung ating point 2. So, mangyayari, x sub 1, yung x niya is what? Yung 1.5, so squared, over yung y niya, edi yung y, ay equal to x distance nung point 2. So, that is yung 4.5. No? Measured from, ano yan laging measured from the origin or from the vertex. So, 4.5 squared and then over ano yung height niya? Siya ay y plus 24. So now we can solve no yung missing height na y. Okay? So ang haba ng procedure guys, no? Pero at least alam mo na yung idea kung paano ginagawa. So ilan yung y? So pag nag-shift solve kayo, baliktarin nyo lang, no? So wait lang. Ayan, baliktarin nyo. Gawin yung y over 1.5 squared is equal to y plus 24 over 4.5 squared. Para mas mabilis si calculator. Okay, so y is 3. Ayan. 3. So therefore, yung total height pala nito is 27. Na yun yung kailangan natin dito na h. Okay lang? So lagay natin, ito ay 27. So therefore, balik tayo dun sa shaded ng red, ito. So that is 2/3. Base is 4.5, height is 27. So ilan yan? 81. But take note, ang kailangan lang natin is itong shaded ng kulay dilaw. So pwede siguro akong pumunta dito, no? Dito ko na i-continue yung solution ko. So ito kasi yung kulay red, no? Yung total na to. Pero ang kailangan nga lang natin is ito. Ayan, yung kinulayan ko ng dilaw. So anong gagawin natin sa 81? E di from the 81, tatanggalin naman natin itong kukulayan ko ng kulay blue. Ayan. No? So sa kinulayan kong kulay blue, meron dalawang segment. Isang rectangle at isang parabola. For this parabola, applicable na yung 2/3 base times the height since yung endpoint nga na to is vertex. So applicable sa kanya yung 2/3 base times the height. Okay? So recall, ano yung height niya guys nung parabola na yan? Di ba 3 lang? Ito sa baba, ilan to? 24 to, di ba? So gawin natin, 2/3 base is 1.5 and then yung height niya is 3. So ilan yan guys? I think 4.5 for the parabola dito. And then for the blue region na rectangle, area is, base is 1.5, height is 24. That is 36. So meaning to say, yung area ng dilaw, ayan, ito na lang. So meaning to say, yung area niyan, yung tinuturo ko, is equal to the total area nung malaking parabola na yan, which is nakuha na natin kanina as 81, minus itong maliit na parabola, which is 4.5, minus itong area na to ng rectangle, 36. So, ilan ngayon yung area? Okay, so that is 40.5. Okay? So, ang haba ng proseso. Pero nakuha na natin, 40.5. So, mean to say, kung ito ay 40.5 at itong sa baba, balikan natin. Ito sure naman na to na 72. So, kung babalikan natin yung procedure from 32, ang gagawin natin, lagay natin dito, 32. Ipa-plus natin tong shaded as 40.5. Plus, itong rectangle sa baba as 72. I-check na natin guys, tama ba? Ayan, no? So, nagtaka ako bakit may 0.5. Ito pala ay ano lang. Ito ay 3 lang guys. So, ayusin natin. Ito ay 3 lang. So, therefore, ito ay minus 3. At ilan ito guys? So, sorry guys. Ayan, ito pala ay 42. Ayan. So, balik tayo. So, ito pala ay plus 42. Okay lang? Ayan na, 2/3 of 1.5 times 3. Ano lang pala yun? 3 lang pala. So, namali pa ako ng mental, no? But anyways, ayan na siya. 32 plus 42 plus 72. So, ilan yan, guys? Okay, so that is a total of 146. So, yun na ngayon yung height at this point. Which is, yun na hinahanap natin, angular displacement at the end of 7 seconds. So, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, so check. So, as you can see, sobrang prone sa error ng solution na to. At the same time, kailangan mo yung ganitong analysis. No? Hanapin mo yung vertex. Marunong kang gumamit ng square property of parabola. Tapos marunong kang kumuha ng mga segmental areas. No? Alam mo yung mga geometry. So, hindi ka rin magkakamali katulad ko na pipindot na lang ng calculus, minental pa. So, nagkamali. No? So, ganun siya ka-prone sa error kung yan nga yung ipo-pursue mong solusyon. So, that's why, balikan natin yung tinatawag natin as moment area method. So, recall, sinasabi ng moment area method that yung position niya at point 2 ay equal sa position niya at point 1 plus yung initial velocity niya times yung time interval between point 1 saka point 2 and then plus the area, okay, area moment of the acceleration time diagram between that time interval. So that is the same, no, for the rotation or angular measurement. So magiging ano lang to, theta 2 is equal to theta 1 plus ito magiging omega 1 lang time interval t. Ganun pa rin to. Area moment of the angular acceleration time diagram. Okay, mapapalitan lang yung mga symbol. So, tingin na lang tayo dito, guys. 'Di ba ito yung angular acceleration time diagram? So, let us use na lang, no? Highlight ko ng kulay green naman, no? Hanapin natin yung point 1 saka point 2. So, for example, dito na lang natin siya apply sa 71. Tapos, ikaw na lang mag-apply dito sa 70. No? Kasi pwede mo rin naman itong sagutan using yung moment area method. Pero dito na lang tayo sa last problem. Kasi ito yung mahirap eh. So, we are referring our point 2 as yung 7 second. So, lagay natin dito. Ito yung point 2. Tapos, let's assume na yung point 1 natin is yung starting point na lang. No? But as previously discussed, sabi ko nga, pwede mong gamitin itong any other point, no, as your point 1. So long as alam mo yung velocity doon, alam mo yung position at that point. So let's assume na lang muna. Dito na lang tayo sa una. Ito yung point 1 natin, no, yung initial. So define lang natin, T1 is 0. Ilan yung velocity? Angular velocity at point 1. So 0 rin, di ba? Ilan yung position niya or yung angular position niya at point 1. Tawagin natin theta 1. So, nasa 0 rin. Okay? So, sa point 2, time 2 is after 7 seconds. So, hinahanap natin yung, so instead of S, theta 2. Okay? So, use natin yung formula. So, green na lang din. So, theta 2 now is equal to, ito 0. Ito magiging 0. No? And then, ano yung time interval? T2 minus T1. No? So, 7 minus 0. And then, plus area moment, no, nung acceleration time diagram between the time interval. So, we are referring to this area. So, highlight ko ng kulay blue naman. Okay, ayan. Kita ba? Okay, so segmental lang pag-moment natin. Unahin natin tong trapezoid. So, trapezoid. Unahin natin itong triangle, no? Yung malaking triangle. So, yung area nito, given na. Ito yun, 24, guys. So, moment natin siya at point 2. So, ito siya. So, ano yung moment arm niya, guys? So, kung ito ay 3, so therefore, ito ay 1/3 ng 4. So, lagay natin 1/3 of 4 plus 3. Kita ba yung sinulat ko? Zoom in tayo. Ayan. Okay? So, for the smaller triangle, ito naman yung centroid niya. So, may area na ba tayo dyan? Hindi, no? Sinolve natin siya kanina as whole trapezoid. So, by segment natin siya kukunin. Kunin natin yung area niyan. And then, ito yung distance niya. Distance ng centroid papuntang point 2. So, this one is 2/3 nung base niya. Base niya is 3. So, cancel. Magiging 2. So, for the rectangle, ito naman. Kalahati ng 3. So, 1.5. Okay lang? So, binilisan ko na kasi nagawa na natin yan before. So, area na lang, no? Ayan, lagay natin dito. So, dito tayo sa malaki. Area is 24. Lagay ko dito. 24. Moment arm is, ito, no? Yung 1/3 of 4 plus 3. Okay? And then plus. Lahat naman sila positive area, so plus lahat yan. So, ito naman tayo yung small triangle. So, kunin muna natin yung area nun. Ano yung area ng small triangle? That is 1/2. Base niyan is 3. Anong height niya, guys? Anong height na to? So, check nga natin. Kung ito ay 4, diba? Yung height nito ay 4, at yung total height ay 12. So, therefore, ang height niya ay 8. No? So, 1/2. Base is 3, height is 8. So, I think this one is 12. So, lagyan natin area, tapos moment arm, yung 2/3 nung 3. Right? Ito. Naka 2 na lang pala siya dyan, no? Pero nilagay ko na, okay na yun. So, lastly, for the rectangle, itong sa baba, lagay ko siya dito. Area is base times the height. Base is 3, height is 4. So, this one is 12. So, lagyan natin plus 12. So, ang moment arm is 1.5. So, as you can see, napakaigsi ng solution nito. And then, direct to the point. So, let's check kung same ang makukuha nating position niya at point 2, no, which is after 7 seconds. So, pakipindot, guys. Okay, so sagot is the same as 146. So, displacement, angular displacement na pinag-usapan. So, this one is in radians. So, the same. Okay? So, nasa na yun yung kanina? Ito, no? So, the same lang yun, guys. Pero, mas maikli yung solution. So, it's up to you. No? Pinakita ko lang to kasi last time sinabi ko pwede pero hindi ko siya pinakita, no? Hindi ko inelaborate. But this time, no, pinakita ko siya. But at least, you have 2 choices no, on how you will solve no, yung angular displacement. Okay, so that ends our discussion, guys. So, see you na lang on our next video, guys. And God bless.